Darlings, we have a new launch today. I'm going to be talking about the newest product from Charlotte Tilbury, the Unreal Lip and Cheek Glow Blush Sticks with hyaluronic acid. That was the name on Sephora, but the Unreal Lip and Glow Blush Sticks. They just launched at Sephora and Charlotte Tilbury. From what I saw, they are not yet at Ulta, but these babies are $42 each. And there's just a lot of blush sticks on the market, so my hopes aren't too high for these, but you know I've been covering Charlotte Tilbury on my channel for years, so I had to test them out because even though I complain about all of the blush launches, I do love me a good blush launch, a good blush on my cheek, a good cream blush. So this is up my alley, but it is true, I am becoming fatigued with all of the blushes. I've been fatigued with all of the blushes. And this one is an expensive one. It's $42. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. This is Charlotte Tilbury we're talking here. But it definitely hurt at checkout, which is why I only picked up 2 of the 6 shades, because I feel like with blushes, a lot of times they just blend out on the cheeks and give a similar effect, maybe some minor undertone differences. So that's why I felt comfortable buying only 2. So today I'm going to demo Peachy Glow and Pinky Glow. Though I wish I had gotten Rosy Glow instead of Pinky Glow from what I've seen in the swatches. But let's quickly go over the details of this. They say it's an ultra hydrating luminous blush, blendable, buildable color that lasts up to 8 hours on the cheeks and the lips, which I left bare for today. The ingredients has some sort of collagen ingredient, hyaluronic acid, you know, those buzzwords for skincare, you know, and pearlescent pigments diffuse light for a dream sheen luminous finish. Supposed to be long-lasting, buttery application, glazed sheen luminous pop of color. At least I didn't give you Charlotte's description because we would have been here all night. I'm trying to keep this one short since we only have these 2 little cuties here. So it's going to come in the classic Charlotte Tilbury box that it always comes in. This has a 12-month shelf life, and she is made in Italy. I do like the packaging of this. I feel like it fits in with the Charlotte Tilbury line. I think that this is a fun pop of color, and I like that you know exactly what color you're picking up, so don't mind that at all. It has the same stickers that they normally have. I haven't even opened these, so I'm excited. So Pinky Glow. This one is a bit more vibrant than I had envisioned. I don't know, I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter. That's why I feel like I should have gone with Rosy Glow. And then Peachy Glow is right here. Now, Charlotte Tilbury has really played with the aesthetic of her brand and the packaging recently. I think she's tried to make it a lot younger. This is a little closer to like the more luxurious OG line of Charlotte Tilbury. So it has really nice steady packaging here, robust. She has like a new lip oil coming, which looks like it's made for children, in my opinion. But let's see these swatches here. So Pinky Glow first. So that's just one swatch. So it looks like this has a lot of pigment. And it does have like a dewy look to it. But it is blending in nice to my hand. And I feel like it is rather hydrating. I think I'm going to really love Peachy Glow. Yep, and it does have a little bit of like of a glow. It's almost thicker, which makes it dewy. But it does blend in nicely. I'm actually liking how that blends out on the back of the hand because with these dewier finishes, it can emphasize texture on the face, but it looks like as it blends out, it becomes a little bit more on the blurring side. It's not blurring. It can't be with the nature of the finish, but let's see. We're going to do Pinky Glow first, and I want to try it on my lips as well. Let's do the cheek first. I think the best way to apply this is not to go directly on the face. That's not normally how I would apply a blush stick anyway, so I'm going to be fair. We're going to use BK Beauty 109, and this is quite pigmented, so I just did some light taps. Let's bring you in a little bit closer, and I don't have any powder on, all creams right now. Okay, so that didn't apply as much pigment as I was anticipating just with my very light taps. So I'm going to be just a little bit more heavy-handed here. Okay, I didn't need to be super heavy-handed, but wow, okay. I mean, this is applying really beautifully. I will say it's a lot of competition on the market right now. Brands, I feel like, have gotten very good with their blush sticks formulation, especially in the more affordable side of the market. So I'm here to tell you now, you don't need to spend $42 on this formula. It's not going to change your life, but it blended in beautiful to the skin. It does leave a slightly luminous look. It's not dewy looking really. I think it would melt in well with a dewy base, but I think if you have a matte base, this will be a little bit glowier than your matte base, but it's not going to look ill-fitting. I feel like this is going to conform well to the finish that you have on underneath. And I do have some texture, like some clogged pores right here, and it's not hiding them, it's not blurring them, but it's not emphasizing them as much as I thought it would. And I was able to very easily get a more subtle pop of pink here. I feel like this is going to work across the board for skin tones. If you have a deeper skin tone, you can absolutely build this up to be pretty deep. So I think that's a very nice feature to this. I'm just going to put a little bit on my lips. I hate blush sticks on the lips normally because I feel like they catch onto the lines of the lips. At least applying it this way, it's very nice at adding just that flush of color. And it's not really sticking to the line and the dry patches of the lips like a lot of other blush sticks that claim they're for the lips. Because a lot of times with blush sticks that claim they're for the lips, they go on really patchy and they don't quite adhere to the lips. This is blended in beautifully. I bet you if you take a brush, you can get an even nicer application. Okay, this is not bad on the lips. And this is really going to allow you to see the finish as well. Don't get me wrong, like it's not the most flattering thing in the world. I used a cream eyeshadow with this earlier. That's where the shine is coming from. I used, I didn't think about them mixing, so ignore that. But I used the Champagne Eyes to Mesmerize all over the lid. So that's why that weird shine is coming through. That's my bad. Guys, it's 8:53 p.m. that I'm filming this. Anxiously awaiting Love Island. I wish it played at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Just say, I don't talk about it too much because it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But I am tuning in live to Love Island. It is part of my nightly ritual and I am locked in. I'm watching USA, not UK right now. I can't balance both. USA for now, then I might watch UK once I'm done with USA. I do like this on the lips. I think it just lightly brushed on. It's really, really pretty. Okay, let's do Peachy Glow, which I think is going to be a little bit more my jam, though this Pinky Glow is prettier than I thought. I just feel like you don't need Rosy Glow if you have Pinky Glow and vice versa. I will need to swatch them in store to verify that. I don't have both, but you know, blushes, since you shear them out, it's going to give a similar effect. But let's take a look at Peachy Glow. So I did tap in a little bit there, a few times. Oh, this is really pretty. A lot of times with peachy colors like this, sometimes I feel like they have a strong gold shift to it. This one doesn't. Like, I feel like a gold shift would be pretty. It's that kind of peachy shade, but it doesn't have that. Not a bad thing. And I just think it's applying really easily. Again, it doesn't have a flat finish, but it's not overly luminous and dewy. But it's not flat. It almost gives a little bit of a glassy look to the cheek. And the product is not fighting with any other products that I have on my face either. I'm going to have to try with some powder, though I try to avoid that. I'm going to have to try with setting my under eyes and whatnot before the blush, but I do generally avoid that in my regular makeup routine. I apply the cream blush before the powder, so I don't mind having to make that adjustment. It's just a bonus if it happens to apply good over powder. So I'm just gonna clean my brush and put a little bit on the lips again. See that peachy color? But the pink on the lips I thought was very pretty, especially if you have like nicer lips than mine. It will look nice. That's pretty, even the peachy shade. Pop a little gloss on, exfoliate your lips prior. You're golden. I'm wearing the About Face mascara, and it is not doing me any favors. Quickly applying a little bit of powder over top, Just using Kimchi Chic pressed powder. I saw a couple wear tests on this when I was looking up a bit more about the product. People seem to be pleased with the wear, but I will keep you updated. Make sure you're subscribed to me, and I'll update you in an upcoming speed reviews. That didn't make the color fade down too much, but if you do find this luminous blush to be too luminous or glazy, just take a little bit of translucent powder and that will flatten her right up. Now, this is actually not Charlotte Tilbury's first soiree into cream blush sticks. Before we had these guys, we had the beach sticks, which are very, very nice. So I thought I'd compare them a little bit. So I have Moon Beach, which reminds me of Peachy Glow. As you can see, this is a little bit more pink than Las Salinas. It's going to be a little bit closer to Pinky Glow. They feel pretty similar to me. This Moon Beach shade definitely has a little bit more glitter flecks compared to this. This feels a little bit more of a drier formula. I think with the new formula, they really tried to nail down that hyaluronic acid in those skincare ingredients, which weren't as popular of a thing when the beach sticks came out. So these seem a little bit drier, a little bit thinner. I bet you, yeah, these are gonna set down a lot quicker than these. So they are a slightly different formulation, but I did have some similar shades here with me. So these stay a little bit more creamier, they're a bit more thick, but as you can see, once blended in and with some time, they do have they don't set, but they have a little bit of dry down. Now, a complaint I have about these is the color range, and this is something that was brought up to one of you guys, that it just seems like every brand is launching the same colors over and over again. There's only 6 shades in the range. Half of them are all pink. And yes, they're the same as the other ranges being launched on the blush market right now. So it is a little yawn. I would love a little bit more browns, more mauves, more muted neutral tones. Like one of the ones that I didn't show you, Formentera. Like, look at this nice mauve-y, rich cherry tone. The colors in this range here seem very vibrant, which are fun for summer. And don't get me wrong, they have pretty shades, but I would love a range with a little bit more neutral brown tones, which is not what these brands are doing nowadays. More nudes. So that's what I would love to see from this, because, listen, I don't know exactly how the makeup industry works. I don't have inside information, but I've heard that when you're a brand sold at Sephora, they kind of pressure you to come out with certain releases around certain times. And to me, this gives checking off the list. Like Sephora wants another blush stick from pretty much all the brands, and it feels like to me that's what Charlotte Tilbury was trying to fulfill in order to be able to be sold at Sephora. Again, that's all my speculation. I have no clue. It also is like Charlotte Tilbury is under an umbrella. So that umbrella brand has so many brands sold at Sephora. So they probably just had like a mass run of blushes. You know, they run the industry. Estee Lauder, L'Oreal, they make the trends. They have all of the brands. And if they say we want to make blushes a bestseller, they can absolutely manipulate what's coming out in the market because they own all the brands. But anyways, we'll make a note in the comments about the wear time. I think these are pretty. I think they look nice. I will definitely continue using them. The colors themselves, there's not a standout color, nothing like that I don't already own. And I would say the same about this formula. It's nice. It's $42. You can make your decision. You don't have to spend $42, but if you want to, they're nice. But you could also buy like Beauty Creations for what, $15? That's also really good. At this point, as we know, nothing is original. It's been done before, and with the technology nowadays, brands are doing a good job as well, so you can get whatever quality you want at whatever price point. These aren't standing out as a luxury product to me, but they're nice. They didn't come out with a bad product. They wanted to add a blush stick to their line. I think they did a fine job with it. So if you've tried these blush sticks, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about them? Did you pick anything up? Can you justify the $42 price point? I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Hope you found something that you were looking for. As always, I will have the links to that and everything I'm wearing down below in the description box. And I'll see you guys guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.